Virgo, welcome. This is a month of May 2023 forecast for you, and rising sign most accurate, sun and moon second. Mercury, the lord of your sky, will consult with the sun in a cazimi early this month. He will also go direct on the 14th of May. This is going to bring you some luck, maybe some prosperity and good news, as well as give you more directionality into finally making up your mind and having solid decisions about things in your life that you may have been waffling on. So it's good for decision making and prosperity and luck, and reorienting your life towards a really clear sense of purpose. As well, you've got Jupiter, the god of luck, moving into a luck house. So I'm going to say one of the main themes is luck. All right. We're going to go into a lot of the detail. Of course, there is an eclipse, a lunar eclipse happening in the month of May, which I will touch on as well. And that eclipse, I'm not going to do the biggest details on, but it is in a third house placement for you, and it can activate things to do with trips, travel, and learning. So let's get started. If you are new to my channel, my name is Lori Lothian. I'm a whole sign house astrologer. I use the Western Tropical Zodiac. I love minor asteroids. If you choose to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button or the bell for notifications, you're going to know a lot more about asteroids if you track with me. I cover the minor asteroids in all of my long form videos, especially the ones that I put out each month. There are 20 to 30 videos every month. You might want to check in with that and see the sky through the lens of fixed stars, asteroids, and more. Also, if you want to learn astrology, be your own astrologer and time your best life, I'm teaching the third time my Sky Reader 7-week course. It's starting in early May, May the 6th, 7th. I can't remember which one. Enrollment doors are open. It allows you to be able to read your own sky effectively and also make some simple but very powerful and ancient timing tools work for you. Interested in that? Check the description box below. It's very affordable. Let's get rolling and talk about the story here. First of all, the reason we're going to talk a lot about Mercury in the beginning is Mercury is the story maker for you. He's the most important planet in the sky. As an astrologer, I always tell people, if you're not looking at the sky through the lens of time lords and life lords, you're not getting anywhere in astrology. Some planets have dominion and power in certain times in your life, but as a Mercury rising person, sun and moon secondarily, your affiliation with Mercury is that he's the most important planet for you to always be paying attention to. That's the story, you know. Mercury has been retrograding, okay? And so what happens as you step into May, he's still retrograde, but he's not retrograding forever, only to the 14th of May. When he goes direct, he will go direct around 5 degrees of Taurus in your 9th house of God and wisdom and truth. But this is a luck house. It's a prosperity house. It's a Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance and good things, house in India. It's a house of a father figure, somebody who has that kind of weight in your life. And things are going to move forward in that time frame on the 14th onward. Certainly, if your Virgo rising sun or moon is near 5 degrees, then you're going to feel this momentum of new clarity, decision making, being able to receive positive and lucky messages more intensely than the other later degrees of Virgo. It also can have a lot to do with third marriages, academic environments, foreign lands and foreign travel, visas, court matters, court cases, and book publishing. These are other meanings of the 9th house where this direct motion is occurring. This is one of the elemental earth years for Mercury. As a Virgo rising, I said this for the Gemini, please go track down my Gary Caton video. It's in my 2023 Big Transit playlist, because it talks a lot about how your Lord is spending most of his time, hasn't done it since 2016, in earth signs, right? In Taurus, Capricorn, Taurus, and then in Virgo. And this is going to influence you around issues to do with, well, the Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus themes of your sky, which will be, you know, connections to things to do with grounded, tangible, resourceful matters, those themes, but also in your case, themes to do a lot with really refining your life's purpose. So I really suggest you go listen to that video. So this is a part of that elemental earth journey, because Mercury will have been 2 months in Taurus by the time he exits stage left, I think June the 11th. My brain has to come back online. Yeah. So as he's going to go into direct motion, he will activate some love up energy as well with Venus. And Venus will be a part of your narrative, bringing some luck to you as well through friends, through groups of belonging, but sometimes some windfalls can happen. Unexpected money can come to you as a result of his forward momentum, as he also has a conversation with Venus, and they are like allied with each other in a whole sign sextile. So you can look for money, chunks of money, favors from female friends, positive developments in social friendship circles, new socialization groups that bring you great pleasure and joy, coming off the mid-month, May 14th, direct motion of Mercury. And so this is a real glow up for you. Certainly it allows you to get your wishes, dreams, and hopes actualized a little bit better. Venus and the wishes, hopes, and dreams 11th. It allows you to perhaps begin to entertain the possibility of some financial windfall. Now, you know, someone gnarly said, "Don't pennies from heaven, don't ever say that again." That's not the meaning of the 11th. The 11th has nothing to do with career. No, the 11th is the great gains you get from your 10th house of career. It has a lot to do with your career. And that means that you're having a career glow up with Venus there as well. Venus gets into the career house on May the 7th. All right, so all of a sudden, May the 7th, right, until about June the 5th, you've got a career glow up ongoing, thanks to Venus and your great gains from your career, raises and promotions, favors from friends who are women in a new celebrity in your career. Promotions can happen when Venus is in the 11th as a great gain from your 10th. Now, it's also a money house when it comes to kind of like those great gains, but also windfall energies or unexpected kind of, yes, pennies from heaven. I know, that person who gnarly didn't like it. So sorry, that's one of the meanings. And so basically, because that is a truth about this house, and because Mercury is also in a Lakshmi wealth house, some in a whole sign sextile to Venus, some of you could have some unexpected financial bounty occur on May 14th to the end of the month. Now, there's a very special day in the month of May, and that is going to be around the 1st, 2nd of the month, where Mercury joins into the heart of the sun. It's called a cazimi. And there's energy around that. It's kind of like there's a divine, recalibration of your Lord with the sun, which represents your soul and divine intelligence. And so look for some kind of, you can potentially use or harness this kind of vibration in order to create something positive in your life, to download an idea. But it's a nice reset for you around all things mercurial: writing, speaking, teaching, learning, educating yourself, traveling to foreign lands successfully. My daughter will be in Mexico during the cazimi. She's a Virgo rising. So let's see how she enjoys that or doesn't enjoy that, but it's there, right? So also, around the same time of the May 2nd and May 1st, when the cazimi is underway, and the cazimi is at 11 degrees of Taurus. So if your rising sun or moon is near 11 degrees of Virgo, you get a lot of energy from the cazimi. It rolls in a trine right to you from a luck house and a luck nature trine. Some lucky news, some lucky breaks, some lucky developments around May 1st and 2nd. At the same time that the cazimi is happening, Mars is in a sextile, the god of the unexpected. Uranus in the house, 9th house where Mercury is, and Mars in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is where your pennies from heaven happens, also your allies and benefactors and great gains from your career. So I'm looking at some lucky money stories coming through that cazimi potentially as well. Now, Mercury is still retrograde, so if any lucky money stories happen during the cazimi or in the immediate aftermath of that, then these surprises and unexpected developments regarding great gains from career, social groups, networks, friends are positive, but they also may be things that come from your past. You kind of think like, oh yeah, I was never going to see that court case yield results for me. I kind of given up on it, or we thought that it was a done deal, and all of a sudden something else happens and it's good for you. Positive for your money, positive for your career gains, positive for your wishes, dreams, and hopes. May the 4th and 5th is interesting too, because there's going to be a sextile from Venus to Jupiter. I don't cover every little detail for everybody. It depends on what I'm drawn to talk about that I think may be really important to you. But I do feel, did I say Venus? What did I just say? What am I looking at? Yeah. May 4th and 5th. Venus is still in the sign of Gemini, right? Because it's on May 7th, she moves into Cancer. So she's at the tail end of Gemini and she's sextiling Jupiter at the tail end of Aries. Why do I like this for you? What is the scoop? Well, Venus is a goddess of luck and opportunity, and she's in your visible career house, your 10th house, the most visible part of the sky where your reputation, your actions in the world are seen. And she talks to lucky Jupiter at the tail end of Aries. And so the Aries energy is about what things in your sky have to do with chunky money. So this can be money coming from inheritances, money coming from bank loans, so tax rebates, money coming from investment portfolios, but it's also connected to your reputation and career. And it's also connected sometimes to spousal money as well. It could be very well a spousal story, and you're benefiting from your spouse's financial abundance during May 4th and 5th, or money you share with a business partner as well. And Venus is trying to kind of love it up. If you're single, though, this could be a relationship story that starts off. It could be a bit of a maybe secret romance, and it may involve things to do with work, but it could be a new relationship blossoming for the Virgo people who are not with a partner. Let's move on. And some of these things I'll be doing individually during the month, and you might want to check in with that as well while I'll go into asteroids in more depth. I'm going to try to be a bit chronological, but I'm also going to talk about planetary ingresses. So I already mentioned Venus will move May 7th through your 11th house of good spirit, bringing you personal luck, more health, better good feelings about yourself, support from women friends, and a general glow up in your great gains from your career and reputation in terms of maybe raises or promotions and things like that. So that's a lovely transit, and it's definitely in a nice flow to the Lord of your sign, Mercury. So it's a really good time for you. Another big story is that basically Jupiter, the god of luck, the god of opportunity, the god of prosperity, the god of wealth, is moving into Taurus. Now, Taurus is the place where you have a stellium. A huge number of planets are up there during the month of May. The sun until the third week, Uranus, the Vestal flame, Mercury, the North Node, and then Jupiter jumps into the fray. Jupiter on May 16th entering here is a year-long transit. It lasts until May of 2024. But you're going to get your first taste or flavor on the 16th of the month. And that's going to give you a sense of buoyant, optimistic hope, enthusiasm. If you have any legal or court matters playing out in your life where you need to win in court or win in a legal matter, this is your time to prevail. It starts now in the month of May, mid-month, May 16th, and it lasts for a year. It opens up a great deal of opportunity and blessings regarding book publishing, academia, colleges and campus environments. You know, those things are blessed over the next year. Jupiter up here can be good blessings from father and father figures. And also Jupiter up here can get you in touch with a new form of faith. What do you really care about? Or a new direction in study? What do you really want to learn and study about? You know, what's your calling? What do you want to study? What do you want to learn? If you're spiritually inclined, Jupiter in the 9th house over the next year could bring you a spiritual teacher or a guru, or definitely a new religious practice or faith. And this is beginning in the middle of May. Mars, okay, will enter on May the 20th out of the sea of Cancer water where he's been swimming and doing the backstroke, not feeling so good at all. It's not his comfort zone. But on May the 20th, he slides into Leo, and that's going to have a different feeling. That's going to be you thinking about, wow, you know, what do I need to eliminate from my life? Do I need to detox? Do I need to quit smoking? Do I need to quit drinking alcohol? Do I need to quit like snorting crystal meth or something? I'm sorry, some of you probably don't do that, but like he'll hard ass help you eliminate things that you're bad for you, that undo you, that are self-defeating habits, behaviors, patterns, and addictions. Mars going through here can lead to a kind of spiritual house cleaning where you're Marie Kondoing your soul. What do you want to keep and what do you want to get rid of? So he's going to be here for about 6 weeks, but it starts off in the month of May and it starts off on the 20th. So the last 10 days, you're being really serious about eliminating things that don't work for your life. It can bring travel to foreign lands or revenue through travel, and also revenue from foreign shores as he goes through this part of your sky. Also, because it's a house that rules hospitals and Mars is injuries and accidents, it could be that there's somebody who gets injured or is in a hospital. You know, it won't be you, but you might be attending to that and like visiting someone who's, you know, fallen off their bike or something. But you can definitely have hospital encounters with Mars in your 12th. Mars goes through your 12th house 6 weeks out of every 2 years on average, right? So it's not something you're unfamiliar with. It's nothing to be really worried about. Obviously, every 2 years, you're not sitting in the hospital with someone who fell off their bicycle. So there's that. So that's a Mars transit that is, you know, just what it is. And it's not bad nor good. It's going to be fortified by Venus this summer, starting on June the 5th, add 4 months of being up in their 12th house, but we'll save that for the month of June as we get to that time frame. So Venus will bonify Mars. And so when Mars is in there, starting around June 5th, till when he leaves, which is around, I think, July 10th, nothing really bad can happen in terms of people in the hospital. So keep that in mind. But I would say May 20th to June the 5th, there's more negativity that Mars can produce here, right? When he's with Venus, though, later on, it's about bad pleasures and pleasurable addictions and getting rid of them. And it's going to be much easier for getting rid of an addiction, perhaps, then as well. Substituting one pleasure for another, bad pleasures as well. All right. Anything else I want to say about that? Nope. So now we're going to keep on rolling. Don't forget, if you're new to my channel, hit the like button and subscribe. It does help the channel grow. And my description box says everything I do. I do readings for people, but I'm booked up. And people are booking me into September, October, but you can check it out. Get on the wait list for spots opening up that are available June through August, limited summer spots. And if you want to get in before the fall. All right, so next, let's keep going. I would say the next thing I want to address for you guys is probably the eclipse, to stay somewhat close to chronological order. May the 5th lunar eclipse is happening at 14 degrees, almost 50 degrees of Scorpio. This is an important eclipse that's going to fulfill something that started October 25th when we had a new moon eclipse in Scorpio at 2 degrees last fall. Now we're coming to a fullness and a connection to the same story. Scorpio is your house of trips, travels, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, and nephews, skills-based learning, and local neighborhood, and the online world. Now, a full moon in this part of your sky can mean a completion or a fulfillment of things in this part of your world, a doorway to seeing something differently and new around those third house themes that I just outlined for you. Technically this eclipse cycle is pretty soft on you. The Taurus axis and the Scorpio axis is playing out is sextiling and trining your identity as an ascendant, Virgo, sun and moon secondarily. So it's not been the most turbulent set of eclipses compared to what other people are going through. So it's a softer touch, It's the last eclipse in the Scorpio axis, however, so it does matter to pay attention to it and see how you can string together those themes. And, the Lord of the eclipse is Mars, right? Mars is an important planet. He takes, hold of that eclipse and runs the show. It's interesting that during the eclipse, he's in a place of difficulty for him. He'll be around 13 degrees of Cancer. It's not his strongest place, but then he does roll out of there. So anything else I want to say to you? Well, because during the eclipse itself, and Mars is in the dominion lord of the eclipse, he's in your 11th house. There's a possibility of an eclipsing of a friendship, that, there's a completion or an ending or something to do with a friend that you no longer want to associate with, or a group of belonging you're going to cut away from as a result of the eclipse, which could take up to 6 months to show you what it's truly about. Now, you could also change a job if a job is in a local neighborhood, and get different kinds of career gains as a result of this eclipse in the 6 months that follow. Different ideas, different thoughts, right? If a friendship ends at all, it's not like Mars will only cut away something for your best good, like a gangrene limb or, a dead tree limb that's no longer necessary. So if there is a friend that's not good for you in some way, and it's time to end that friendship, it's just not a healthy choice, or a group of belonging, trying to get yourself out of the cult or something, that's all that can mean. Let's keep going. I talk about a little bit more going on. Mercury, your Lord, on the 10th to the 13th of May is going to start a whole thing, sextiling Saturn, sextiling Venus. Well, Venus is trining Saturn. That creates a mini grand trine in the sky that's super positive and very lucky and very auspicious. So let's talk about how that might show up for you. We know that Mercury is now, well, first of all, Mercury will be direct on the 14th. So he's still in retrogradation, but he's up in your 9th house of, all the things I said, foreign lands, foreign travel, 9th house, academia, third marriages, court cases, book publishing, etc., meaning of your life and spirituality. So Mercury there, sextile Saturn, Saturn in Pisces in your marriage house, in business partner, audience, and clients. For some of you, this could be something interesting, especially also a sextile to Venus, like a marriage proposal. Venus is in your 11th house of good spirit, brings lucky things there. So you could get like a marriage proposal or an engagement going with that, with a significant other, because that's Mercury delivering the news from the house of churches and temples. You may also have some good news that your spouse is connected to do with foreign lands travel. Academic environments and spousal energy is activating here. Saturn is trying to strengthen an existing relationship if you have one, and it's going to test the foundation for cracks until 2026. But this is a light spot, light touch, where Saturn is like in a love up with that Mercury retrograde. And there's Venus participating as she trines Saturn. Venus trine Saturn means lasting love, enduring love. There's a stabilization of an existing love story between May 10th and the 13th. Or if you're looking for love, you're going to bring in a new love through social groups, social circles, academic environments, news, foreign lands, foreign shores, and travel. And it's going to try to be a long-lasting love. Maybe you also with someone 6 to 7 months, years older or younger than you. Friends could introduce you. You can meet this person in a group belonging setting. That's the vibe of what is going on in the sky, May 10th to the 13th. Very lucky, very auspicious mini grand trine. Saturn trine Venus can be good for money that's stable, long-term. You could sign a contract or agreement, negotiation for long-term financial gains. If you're a Virgo writing a book, this is really good for getting the agent of the book publishing house, maybe getting in advance, all that kind of stuff. Anything else? Nope, I think that's it. Money luck in general can come through this as well, because yeah, Mercury in Lakshmi's house, Venus in the pennies from heaven house, Saturn would be about the legalese involved in getting a hold of that money, or the contracts needed to get a hold of that money and get it in your hands. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at the sky. Yeah, and Venus is the Lord of your earnings house. So for some of you, career earnings picking up, especially if you're working in any ninth house professions, right? Sometimes there's administrative behind the scenes, hand of the king or queen, people supporting the head honchos in the story. That's ninth house stuff. So some of you are looking just simply at more money, a promotion, a raise, or something like that, and the legal contracts to agree to that. Moving forward in time, Mars will trine Neptune May 14th to the 16th. Now, Mars trining Neptune is very spiritual warrior, very activating for alchemical, magical stuff, very, very lovely energy. Mars is, of course, not liking the Cancer sign, but in a trine to Neptune, he's trying to love up the god of imagination, vision, unconditional love, mysticism, film writing, and storytelling. Because it's a love up to Neptune in your 7th house, it could very well be about a significant love relationship and or business partnership in which Mars is trying to smooth it out, decrease the battles, can reconnect in an emotional, nurturing way, but with a kind of spiritual ardor or a warrior vibe. It's definitely not, it's not bad. If for existing relationships, it can bring a little bit more of a magical quality to the relationship and up level it to a more of that vibration. Or you could be doing fun things that are very active, like adventuring, hiking, going where Mars stuff, going places on water or near water, and that's loving you up with your partner around May 14th to the 16th, like a water getaway or something. Now, on the 14th to the 21st, there's a huge amount of energy going on in the sky. And one of the big things happening is Jupiter will square Pluto. Jupiter square Pluto is intensity. It's not easy. It's gnarly energy. It's Jupiter at 0 degrees of the sign of Taurus. Pluto at 0 degrees of the sign of Aquarius is going to create tension in this little window of 14th to the 21st. It's very exact on the 18th of the month of May. The tension here is definitely coming from the academic house, the foreign lands and travel house, the third marriage house, the house of father and father figures, squaring Pluto and Aquarius in the house of sickness, work and work habits, work routine, co-worker space. Now, for some of you, this can be really big tension with a boss or somebody in power in the workspace. It can be really gnarly conflict. Jupiter will prevail and try to smooth it all out on your behalf. You could win the day, but nonetheless, it's there. Legal contracts in your workplace, etc. Conflicts regarding things going on in the workplace. The energy could also involve things to do with authority figures. Jupiter people can be authority figures that you may be a spiritual teacher, the minister, the pastor, the professor, and tension with Pluto. That can be just tension between work and school. It can be tension between work and religion, work and things like that. Pets, Pluto's in the house of pets, and Jupiter's in the house of heaven. Just one really weird code is my pet dies, goes to heaven. Yes, yeah, it's true. So if a pet dies and goes to heaven on the 14th and the 21st, it's a blessed ending. Jupiter sends that pet straight to heaven. Do not stop, do not pass go. There is some connection here as well during the time of this intensity to the nodal axis. And so we have the involvement of the north node and the south node here. That puts Pluto at the bending of the nodes of fate, with Jupiter trying to bonify. All I can say is that some of it could also involve a change of where you work and new place you work at. If you work at a place that's in the local neighborhood, you know, if you're working at a retail outlet, this can be a change of work, a change of job through an intensity and a conflict energy, but it will work out for your highest good and it will be in your favor, okay? Okay, I think that's it. Moving forward, I can't spend forever on each sign here. May 19th and 20th, there's a Mars opposite Pluto energy in the sky. Eek. You know, we've got Mars moving already on the 20th into Leo. So let's say the 20th, Mars has moved into the sign of Leo. He is opposite Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. It's really only a day or two around the 20th, where there's a huge amount of tension between 12th and 6th house matters. Backroom deals and negotiations, conflicts at work, challenges to do with addictions and self-undoing that impacts your health, having to transform it. Mars putting down his foot and saying, damn it, Janet, let's get over this, you know, self-undoing addiction, bad habit thing that we do, and let's cut through the dross. No more Netflix binging, no more ice cream at night before bed, no more alcohol, cigarettes, and things that you have to quit. It's a big quitting energy. It's a big putting your foot down on something and having to power up some end of a problem that can be very bad for your health and your sense of well-being. That's one way that can play out. Certainly you have backroom conflicts with hidden enemies who are male, who are undermining you in the workplace. Watch for that. Be alert around the 20th that you don't have a male coworker trying to undo you or undermine you, and sort of out that person if you can before it happens. There is a T-square as well in the sky to a new moon. The new moon is exalted at 28 degrees of Taurus. Well, I don't know why it's a T-square, because I can't see it. I'm just getting at my notes that I made ages ago. So anyway, there is a new moon exalted at 28 degrees of Taurus anyway. So maybe maybe it's a separate story. And that is happening around the 20th, 1920. It's on the 19th. This new moon at 28 degrees of Taurus is going to be in your 9th house. And it can be a new beginning, a fresh start in travel, you know, academia, foreign lands, foreign shores. You may start a new course, take a new course, get accepted at a school, get your invitation to a school, a change of schools. New moons, new beginnings take 6 months to unfold, but it's in your 9th house. A new beginning with a father figure, a refresh up there. You get a new moon up here every year. It's nothing brand new. It's nothing completely outside the box, right? In terms of the angles, you know, but not in terms of the, well, do I really? No, I think I'm going to stop with that. Now, last but not least, Venus will sextile Uranus May 25, 26. Yay! Money luck, love luck, surprising money and love stories. Yay! The 25th and 26th of May. This is a Venus will down the pipeline into the sign that she's been moving through, which is Cancer. And Uranus is in the sign of your 9th house, which is a luck house. If you're going to get any kind of really cool windfall, it's happening around May 25th, 26th, or some money from a father figure. All of those are very possible. Yes, with Mars in Cancer too, there is a small possibility. Well, he's out of there by then, so no, forget that. It's still a possibility of some inheritance money being made available to you on the 25th, 26th of the month. Otherwise, it's just got a kind of a windfall vibe. Mars does exalt your 5th house of lottery wins, who knows, but feel the love around finances on May 25th, 26th. If you're single and you're looking for love, feel the love around friendships, social circles, groups of people, and a surprising, exciting new love story. You can meet that person on a trip, in an educational setting, and at your Bible study. All is possible. And we're finishing with that. Thanks for listening. There's so much more that can be happening this month. I try to keep it to the very basics. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the channel bell for notifications, and I'll see you in my next video. Please consider coming aboard my Sky Reader class and learning to become an astrologer. It will probably be the last time I teach it live. And to get it again without my support individually, you'll have to just do the self-study program. Okay, thanks guys. Take care.